Hey guys, Mark Holthley here, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer and former high school teacher. I thought I'd take you for a little stroll with me today. Well, I guess not a real stroll. The strolling is already done because I walked probably about 1.5 kilometers to get down here. This is the Alexander Wilderness Park, which is another area that I'm kind of exploring just right around Lethbridge where I live here. Sometimes it's good to just have an opportunity to get away, to unplug. So I want to just let everybody know that over the next 10 days, I will be responding to you during my regular work hours, which is basically about 8 to 5 p.m., 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And the rest of the time, I'm actually not going to be checking my Facebook. I'm not going to be checking my emails. In fact, I'm actually not even going to turn my phone on. And for the last 15 years, I've been directly connected to all of my clients, to all of my friends, even family, pretty much at any moment of time that they want to reach me. And that's kind of our life, right? We're tethered to our phones. We're tethered to our devices. And over time, you start to realize that it's just not healthy. That if you want to be at your very, very best when people need you at the most important times, you have to disconnect. In a way, it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have ever done archery. You've got a bow and you string up your recurve bow. If you left your recurve bow strung up the whole time, it would lose its spring. So it's critical that you take the string off, you let the bow relax, and then when you need it, that string will go right back on and that bow will still have its spring. And that's pretty much kind of where I'm at. I feel like I'm at a stage right now with my practice where I have a lot of people that are counting on me. And I'm finding that I don't always have my best when they need me the most. And that's not just you guys out there, all you followers of the Canadian Immigration Institute in whatever fashion, whether it's the Express Entry Law private Facebook group, the YouTube channel, those of you who connect with me directly through my Stringham LLP, my law firm. The reality is I'm just feeling like I don't have my best when people need me the most. And so this is just a little test to see if I can actually do it, if I can bring control over my life. And there's nothing that I want more than to be able to give my very, very best to you guys. I'm 110% committed to the Canadian Immigration Institute, regardless of what all of the haters and the naysayers and all of the other lawyers and immigration lawyers out there think I'm probably crazy giving away everything. But I've got big plans. And many of you have probably seen my Canadian Immigration Institute new website. We're working on getting it over to its actual home, back in the domain in which it's supposed to be. It's being hosted through my online course site called Kajabi right now. But the whole goal here is to be able to just explode everything. In other words, to create courses, do-it-yourself guides, do more live Q&As, not just for Express Entry, but for study permits, for those who want to sponsor a spouse to Canada, for companies who are looking for just a little bit of guidance on how to do labor market impact assessments. And speaking of labor market impact assessments, the reality is I've created a guide already that's on the Canadian Immigration Institute website under business guides for companies who don't really understand the process, really want to hire all of you guys, but are a little bit lost on where to start. And so I've created that guide for them, as well as the Express Entry complete step-by-step guide, which is available right now for anyone who wants to immigrate to Canada through Express Entry. So I've got all of these things that I'm going to build out, and it's going to take the very, very best of me. So I'm doing a little trial run over the next 10 days where I disconnect. And what that means basically is that if you send an email to me, I will respond, and I will also have my assistant Stephanie also jump in to help me a little bit here responding, but only during the working hours. And so please don't think I don't care about you or that your matter isn't important. Those of you who send in emails to book consultations, those are still going to go to Stephanie, so they're going to be business as usual with that. but responding directly to listener questions in the Express Entry Law private Facebook group, responding to the comments that are left in the videos that I do. I've been really trying to be diligent, even on the YouTube channel, getting in there, answering people's questions. But over the next 10 days, so it's Wednesday today, September the 11th, which is a pretty memorable day right now when I think of the history of that day, at least in North America, the United States, when the World Trade Centers were hit by those planes and the other terrorist attacks that took place in the US. I still remember when that happened. I remember it was literally the first couple days of law school when I started law school back in 2001. And so you always remember, where were you when this happens? And when that happened, and I know many of you all over the world have had terrible things happen in your countries, and when you think back, those really are, they're memories that are burned into your mind. You can remember exactly where you were and what you were doing. But today, September the 11th, is the first day, really, that I'm going to officially disconnect for about 10 days. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still going to do my EE Live Q&As on Tuesdays. I'm still going to work with you, but I'm going to try to structure it in a way that's going to allow me to recharge. So when I come back, I am going to be 110% Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, not 85, 86%. And I actually feel like I've been trying to do a pretty good job, trying to be real for all of you guys, but there's so much more that I want to do. I want to really have a profound influence, not just on Canada and the people that I work for here in this country as an immigration lawyer, but to have a global impact on my industry, on what I'm doing. Many of you know that right now I'm serving as the vice chair of the Canadian Bar Association's National Immigration Section, and it's something that I am really passionate about, that I love. Next year I'll be the chair. And with that will come even more obligations, opportunities to work with government, opportunities to advocate on behalf of my fellow Canadian immigration lawyers, and most importantly, to advocate on behalf of all of you regarding all things immigration. So I hope you guys can bear with me as I go through this process. I'm so grateful for everything that I have in my life. And part of the reason I'm doing this too is to reconnect and make sure that I'm giving those who matter most, the most prime, best of Mark Holthe that I can give. And for all intents and purposes, that's my family, my wife, my children. I'm super excited. My daughter's coming back October the 9th from her mission in Indiana. She's right in the heart of Indianapolis right now. And it's been a year and a half since we left her in the Missionary Training Center in Provo, Utah on April the 4th of last year, of 2018. Actually, it was March the 21st. We left my son on April the 4th. And to have her back, I just want to be recharged. And so I think this is going to be wonderful. I think I'm going to be able to produce content at a higher rate than I am right now. I'm going to be better engaged and better just locked in when I'm representing all of you, especially those who book consults with me. And it takes a lot out of a person when you've got 7 or 8 or 9 consults in a day, and sometimes that's what it is. And so I want to be prepared to give my very, very best. And I'm really excited about some things that are coming down the path that I'm working on. And I'm just excited about the Canadian Immigration Institute and the direction it's going to go. So once again, I want to express my sincere appreciation to all of you guys out there. The Express Entry Law private Facebook group wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for all of you wonderful people. And I'm not just talking about the moderators who do a great job of keeping it a safe place for everyone to share their information, but also all of you who just pitch in and help by answering other people's questions, because I can't always be there. And let's face it, with almost 125,000 people in that group, it is impossible for me to even see all the questions that are being posted. So that's where we're at. And I just wanted to share that with all of you, and let's see how this journey goes. Stay tuned for lots of cool things that are coming. I am about 3/4 of the way done the study permit do-it-yourself guide that I'm creating. That's going to be the next one that I release, and then I'm going to shift back and forth. An individual-based immigration with a business-based immigration. And for years, I was a business immigration lawyer. That's all I did. And I have some wonderful clients and some wonderful new opportunities coming. But I found a real love of working with every individual, working with the one person, working with their family. And that was made readily apparent to me as I went back up to Edmonton this weekend to spend some time with a family that is so dear to me. And Bella and Kai and Ralph, you guys up there, you mean the world to me. And as amazing as it sounds, well, it's just crazy as it sounds, Bella and Kai, named their first child after me. So his name is Jaden Mark Hansky. And that, you have no idea what that means to me. And it was such a hard-fought battle for them. And if you want to learn more about Bella and her story, you can watch on my YouTube channel. I have a past video where I interviewed Bella. So anyways, it's those kinds of things just give me an unbelievable amount of satisfaction that I'm actually making a difference in the world. And as much as I love helping people one-to-one, I feel like I have so much more. I have so much more to give. And if there are ways that I can amplify that message, that I can help more people than just one-on-one with my time, I'm going to do everything in my power to do that. So that's where I'm going. All right, guys, I know this was a little bit of a long explanation, but just appreciation for everything. That's what's inside me. And as many of you know, I am a man of faith. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is infused completely through everything that I am. And all that I am really is as a result of my Savior, Jesus Christ. And I am so grateful for the opportunity that I have to give. I am so grateful and respectful of all of you who have faith, whether you have regardless of your religion, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, whether you're Buddhist, Shinto, whether you are of the Jewish faith, it doesn't matter to me. Or even if you don't believe in a heavenly being, whatever it might be, I'm just so grateful for the goodness that are in people and for their willingness to share, because that's what gives me the desire and just the push to keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you. This is Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer on the border, the Canadian-US border, that's where I worked, and former high school teacher, signing off, wishing you guys all the best, and I'll be definitely connecting with you over the last 10 days through the Express Entry Live Q&As and other means, but for immediate responses, it's only going to be during business hours as I just unplug a little bit over the next 10 days. All right, thanks so much. Take care, guys.